And we are live. Good evening, friends. Tonight, we're talking about something fun, fresh, and honestly, kind of luxurious. The Black Girl Shower Routine. And maybe you've seen it on TikTok, maybe not. But the idea behind it is that it's something that I believe every homemaker, every woman, every person who's been pouring into others need to hear. And
Mhm.
it's about more than hygiene because a lot of the times when you watch these videos, they talk about hygiene. It's about more than hygiene. It's about caring for yourself with intention. And it's
Mhm.
a full body ritual rooted in softness, scent, and self honor. And what I love most is something we can all do. So we can do it right in our own homes without needing to spend a fortune at the spa. So with me today, I've got my sister from another mister, Miss Leona. And I know you and I both came up during a time when you didn't go out the house without being clean and smelling good. So this new trend is like an elevated version of something that our mamas and our aunties taught us years ago.
Mhm.
So what's your take on this?
Well, I tell you what, I think it's a good thing to see.
Mhm.
And I think it will be good, not only for the young ladies who are doing it, but I think it kind of, we have had a great time with
Mhm.
it, just, playing around and having a good time with it. But the reality of it is so often we get caught up in the everyday hoopla that we
Mhm.
forget to do these little special things for ourselves. And, all of us take showers. And whether you take it in the morning or you take it at night, but the reality of it is just adding that little special layer is so soothing and wonderful to all of us and makes you feel good. And so I think it might be great because, we've got younger people, of course, who are watching TikTok and YouTube for
Mhm.
this. And it's a learning experience. And so I think we're going to be training some of those who are younger who perhaps aren't taking as much time and care of themselves as they should, because these kind of things need to start early because we
Yeah.
did it when we were little.
And
And
I tell you what, I remember like we used to go downtown and you
mhm,
did not go downtown without having your hair done,
that's right.
dressed appropriately. And I'm not saying you wore white gloves or anything like that, but you had your hair done and you looked
Mhm,
nice when you went downtown, kind of like when you went to church. You put on
exactly.
your best when you went out there. So,
Mhm,
so yeah. So, okay. So let me just back up for a second. And I'm going to just put up a few slides just to kind of help us move along as we go through this particular topic. And so we're talking about, for those of you that just joined us, we are talking about the Black Girl Shower Routine, and it's scent layering, it is self-care, and it is the soft life at home. And we believe that everyone should be able to enjoy the scent layering,
mm.
self-care, and the soft life because as homemakers, we're pretty busy. What say you to that, Leona?
I say you are right on the nose. We need that. And we need it for ourselves. We
Mhm.
need it for our partners. They need to know that we're taking the time for ourselves, because when we take time for ourselves, we're also sharing with them as well.
Mhm.
And they have certain benefits as well. But it's a great thing. When we feel good, everybody feels good. So
Right.
making mama happy.
If mommy ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
You got that right. You got that right.
So let me just start out by asking kind of rhetorically, like, what is the Black girl shower routine? And for those of you that are in the chat, if you've heard about this viral sensation, the Black girl shower routine, put a yes, I have in the chat and let us know your thoughts. And we'll come over and do some greeting to some people in a little bit and see what kind of comments you might have. But the Black girl shower routine itself is a highly intentional multi-step hygiene and self-care ritual. Now, I want you to note that I said highly intentional,
Mm-hmm.
multi-step hygiene and self-care ritual that focuses on cleansing, exfoliation, hydration, and layering. I see I got a typo there, but hydration and layering, oral care, skin care, and hair misting.
Mm-hmm.
Encompasses all of these various steps.
Mm-hmm.
And if we ask ourselves, when is this typically done? It tends to be a nighttime or evening shower routine. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you're turning your bath into a mini spa. And because it is multi steps, that's why it tends to be at night. And that's typically when you absolutely positively need it. You've been dealing with kids or dealing with hubby or whatever all
Mm-hmm.
day. Sometimes you just need a little time for yourself.
That's so true. So true to just slip away. It used to be, remember that commercial, Calgon, take me away? And we
Yes.
thought sprinkling that Calgon in a tub, that was just wonderful and exactly what we needed for the night. But
Mhm.
this is taking it to a whole new level. And I tell you what, I've tried it.
I
And
have.
it does make you feel wonderful and you sleep like a baby.
Yes, you do. You sleep like a baby. So when we ask ourselves, like, like it's like, where did this come from? Well, the whole thing is that, it's called the Black girl shower routine, but
Mhm.
actually it's rooted in Black culture. So some of it comes from African culture,
Mhm.
Jamaican culture, but, in the Black cultural experience. But
Mhm.
some aspects of it is related to the Korean beauty culture. And then,
Mhm.
of course, some aspects are universal. And so when we look at some of the cornerstones of this routine, we're looking at scent,
Mhm.
like, to smell good. We're looking at grooming. We're looking at presentation, and we're looking at femininity.
Mhm.
And I like the aspects of all four of those.
I do. I do. I think we tend to be groomers
Hmm.
overall, but somewhere the femininity aspect of it has gotten lost because
Yes.
femininity is not necessarily having on the slinkiest clothes.
Hmm.
Femininity, femininity goes a lot deeper than that.
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay. So it's like I said, it's trending on TikTok and YouTube. And I didn't
Hmm.
link any of the videos that I've been watching, but I suppose I could if people are interested. But it's definitely trending on TikTok and YouTube. And you watch these women do these whole full out shower routines that takes them anywhere from 20 minutes to 45 minutes to complete. And you ask yourself, who got that kind of time? But on the other hand, by the time you get the kids to bed, you get everybody fed to bed, you got the house picked up for the night, you might need that time to fill your cup.
Hmm. Well, and the good thing is too, it's something you don't have to do
Hmm.
every night.
Yes.
You can select the nights that you want to do it.
And you can pick and choose which parts of it that you do on the
Mhm.
night that you choose not to do the whole routine. So when you ask yourself, so I think it's been trending because it's such an empowering ritual.
Mhm.
Because when
Mhm.
you do it, like you said, you feel so good and you sleep well. But I also think it's an act of self love.
It is. It is. I agree. And that softness, because you really do. I mean, everything. You're soft, and it just makes you feel good about yourself.
Hmm. Hmm. And then you feel joyful. And I know I have a lot of fun trying to figure out, okay, so which scents am I going to try tonight? What fragrance do I want to smell like? And so definitely I do that. And it's something that all of us as women can certainly relate to.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now let's talk about how it's done. Like, how is the shower routine done? And one of the things that I found was that, first of all, the foundation is that they do a double cleanse.
Mm-hmm.
So the first cleanse is with bar soap, and the second cleanse is with a body wash. Now, I'm a person who likes body wash. I've not
Mm-hmm.
cared for bar soap, so I eliminated bar soap from my hygiene routine a long time ago,
Me too.
using body wash, and every now and then I would use a body scrub. So I
Mm-hmm.
thought, well, why do they do a double cleanse, and why is body wash one of the things that they choose? And or rather, why is bar soap one of the pieces that they choose? And the double cleanse comes from Korean beauty skincare. But the
Mm-hmm.
first wash with bar soap is it removes the sweat, the dirt, the deodorant, the body oils, the environmental grime. And I have to say, a couple of weeks ago, we went to a 4th of July celebration. And this was during that, 99-degree weather. When we got home, I was so hot and sticky. And I
Mm-hmm.
had sprayed on bug spray. I had sprayed on sun, not to mention all the other stuff that I had put on just to get ready for the day. And then the bug spray, the sunblock, and then sitting there sweating and all the heat and all that kind of thing. When I got home, I could really see the purpose of doing that bar soap scrub to take off just all the ingredients or the grime from the day, the sunblock, the bug spray, all the different products that I already had layered on my body. So your first wash with bar soap takes care of that. And if you think about it, you can use bar soap to like scrub a collar if you're trying to do some laundry or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. And then the second wash or the second cleanse is with a fragrant smelling body wash or an exfoliant if that's what you're choosing to use on that particular night. So your bar soap is formulated with various chemicals and surfactants to break down the oils, the sweat, take care of odor causing bacteria. And a lot of these girls use Dove sensitive care.
I've
Yeah,
got mine too.
they use this Dove sensitive care. Now, which one do you have?
I have the one that has shea butter.
Okay, this is just the Dove sensitive. I should have got the one with the shea butter because I like shea butter, but a
Mm.
lot of them uses the Dove sensitive care. And one of my friends said she had just been to visit one of her daughter's friends like earlier today, and she said that girl had so many boxes of this bar soap in her bathroom. She thought, what on earth? But I said she's probably doing this particular routine.
Mm-hmm.
But keep in mind though that the bar soap is okay, Leona, you need to
I
take
got
this.
it.
Okay.
I got it.
So the bar soap is the workhorse and the fragrant body wash is the mood setter. So I thought, okay, I get that. I get that. So you guys that are there in the chat, let us know. Were you a bar soap girl? Or did you do the double cleanse with the bar soap first and the body wash? Or were you like me and just wanted to do the body wash? Inquiring minds want to know. So I'm going to back up,
Absolutely.
but body wash or soap? Let us know in the chat.
You know, it's so funny. We got away from bar soap because I can remember ivory. Remember using ivory
Yes.
soap? That was a thing to use when we were young. And then I went from that to Dove.
Mhm.
And so then I realized that I went to a body wash and it was just it smelled good, it made your skin feel good, and it was quicker to use and quicker to clean up. And
Mhm.
so but the thing of it is that getting back to body bars are the body body bars, body soap
Mhm.
Getting back to that, the bar soap is that it does add that extra layer. And I was listening to a young lady today, and she was talking about the fact that typically, even when you wash your hair twice. And you wash the first time to just kind of get the top layer of dirt, but then you're going to come back and rewash it again. She
Mhm.
says, so why wouldn't you do the same thing for your body?
Exactly.
And I
Exactly.
have to think it's all about time. Yeah.
Yes. It's all about time. So we're
Mhm,
looking at the bar soap versus, as the foundational cleanse. The second layer is going to be a fragrant body wash or
mhm.
a body scrub. And this is going to add your scent as well as some exfoliation. So, and then so now let's talk about exfoliation. Let me move the slide up just a little bit and talk about why we need to exfoliate. And with exfoliation, we're removing those dead skin cells. It's going to, and what it happens is that when you remove those dead skin cells, you get rid of all those layers of not chemicals, but products on your body. It facilitates absorption of the next layer you're trying to put on there, but it also brightens dull skin and it improves your texture. So
Mhm,
one of the girls was talking about strawberry skin, and I had to think, what is she talking about in regards to
mhm.
strawberry skin? But I had to think maybe it was something related to um, hair bumps from shaving her legs. And
Well, yeah, that may be true.
so that's what I wondered, but the exfoliation would kind of help smooth some of that out.
Mhm, mhm.
So if any of you out there know what the lady is referring to by strawberry skin, let me know because I was puzzling over that and I still am. But when we talk about exfoliation, my question is, well, how often do you exfoliate? Do you exfoliate every night, when you're doing this shower? And the answer to that is no. 2 to 3 times a week in general is sufficient. However, if you have sensitive skin or mature skin,
Mhm,
probably once a week is enough.
mhm.
And then you're
It's
going to follow that exfoliation up with hydration, such as your body creams, your body butters, or your body lotions.
And when you exfoliate, it does take a little more time. But also with the products that they're using, they're using the brushes to do the dry scrub to get off all of the dead cells, and then the 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 exfoliating, what do you call it, a cloth, a
Oh,
towel,
that African
the African something that they're using.
African body net.
Body net, that's what it
Yes,
is. And which I don't have one of those, but
you do. I'll put
um
it on my birthday list.
so we will have to work on that. But
Mhm,
certainly, all of us shed skin daily.
mhm,
And so that's something that especially, we need it during the summer, but then you think about the winter when your
mhm.
skin is so dry, you really need it then as well.
Yes. And so when we look at those scrubs, I typically, if I'm going to use an exfoliant or a scrub, I
Mhm,
tend to like those sugar scrubs or the
mhm,
soft scrubs. You kind of scoop them out and you just kind of rub them all over the body, that kind of thing. But I
mhm,
also learned there are some chemical exfoliants, like there's body washes with lactic or glycolic acid in it that
mhm.
dissolve skin cells without scrubbing. And I have a picture. Let's see. Okay, I have to take this off and then I can show this one. And so these are some of the ones that are like chemical body scrubs. And
Mhm,
this one here called Naturum is one that a lot of the beauty influencers were talking about, this
mhm,
Naturium um, smoothing glycolic scrub.
mhm.
So I don't have an example of that to show you. Me and Miss Leona will show you some of the things that we've been using in a little bit. But this is something that I found out about. So now let's go over and see who's in the chat. Because girl, the chat is
It
hot.
is. It is hopping. It is hopping.
So there's Tamika saying hello. And then
Hello.
Molly is saying hello. And
Mhm,
then there's Vicky and Judy and Nitty T is here. And Alexandria's here, and she said she hasn't painted her nails in years. She didn't have any polish in the house. Boom, but she bought a bottle special for today.
All
Alexandria,
right.
I'm so glad because you know what? That bottle of nail polish is for you. And
Mm-hmm.
I rarely paint my fingernails unless I'm going to a wedding. I don't
Mm-hmm.
because working as a nurse, we couldn't wear nail polish because it was an infection control issue. So I got used to not wearing nail polish, and then when I put them on my fingernails, I can just feel it. But I love a good pedicure and get my nails, my toenails painted,
Mm-hmm.
something pretty, something bright. So I do like to do that, Alexandria. So I'm glad you did that.
Oh, yes.
Hey, look at here, Jilly Jordan is here.
All right.
So glad you joined us. Here's Hazel. What? Oh, wait. There we go. There's Hazel
Hey,
and Ann,
good.
Debbie,
Mm-hmm.
and Ella.
Ella's here.
So Charlene said she hadn't heard of this until yesterday when you told her about it. Okay.
Yeah, that was my friend I was telling you about earlier that I was talking to.
Oh, okay. And then
Mm-hmm.
there's Tam.
Hey, Tamara.
Okay. So now we don't know who this is. They're incognito, but
Mm-hmm.
they love this topic. They're 40 years old. And growing up, my grandma always used to paint her nails and toenails after lotioning up and spraying her perfume before bed.
Wow.
Boom, beautiful memories. See, these are things that our grandmas used to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I remember that, like my mom, like she would take her shower, or rather take her bath, and then they
Mm-hmm.
would put powder on the
Oh,
body,
yeah.
fragrant powder. For
Mm-hmm.
some reason, I'm thinking Estee Lauder powder,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
something else. I don't know. My grandmother had some kind of a powder. And Michelle, listen, she says she's not a black girl, but she's here for this black girl shower routine. She's ready to learn something. And I'm going to tell you, Michelle, this is going to be so funny because I thought, well, I've been black all my life. I've taken showers all my life, but some of the things in this black girl shower routine were a little different than what I was used to doing. So when we talk about the culture that this is rooted in, some of us, like, even though we may be black, we don't necessarily have the same cultural heritage. So
Mm-hmm.
for example, like I was talking to this one person, she said she's from Ghana and
Mm-hmm.
they take showers twice a day, morning and evening. So,
Mm-hmm.
it could be something that, and then the African net sponge, that's from Ghana as well.
That's true.
But yes, okay, so then back up. So a video popped up on my feed, and it was actually by a white woman, Michelle, and
Mm-hmm.
she was saying she had just come across the black girl shower routine on TikTok, and that she was definitely all into it. And she was saying, and my husband can't keep his hands off me. I'm like, let me see what she's talking about. Because I'm like, let me see if I know exactly what she's talking about. So I looked at her video, then I looked at several other videos. So I thought, well, let's just see, what
Mm-hmm.
with that. So Michelle, glad you are here.
Absolutely.
And let's see now. We got Vicky says she's seen those videos and she said she wouldn't want to do the layering of scents every day. It's a little too much
Mm-hmm.
for her and her sensitive skin.
Mm-hmm.
However, to each his own. And I think Miss Leona did mention that, every day might be a little much and
Mm-hmm.
certainly not exfoliating every day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But because it does take a bit of time to do. But if you look at that time as your me time,
Mm-hmm.
I remember when my kids were little, the only place that I could go and be completely alone was the bathroom.
That's the truth.
I would go in the bathroom and lock the door, and I would like run a tub of water and just like, Calgon, take me away. And I would hear outside the door knocking or talking or whatever, but I did not get out and open that door.
And two, since she has sensitive skin, the good thing is that there's so many products now that are for sensitive skins, and also there are those who are sensitive to scents, and
Mm-hmm.
so if that's the case, you can get a scent free. So you probably could still do the process and just use products that are more friendly to your particular skin, or in some
Fragrance-free.
cases, your scents. So just keep that in mind. But even if you did it once a week, pick a day, and that's the day that you just take that time for yourself.
Mhm.
And I think you would
At home
start to absolutely, you would enjoy it. And
Mhm.
but it's fun.
Okay. Yeah, definitely fun. And hey, Stephanie, we were just talking about you. We were
Yeah.
wondering how you were doing. So, thriving on enough that she uses a lavender bar soap for the second cleansing. It's
Mm.
so refreshing. So she adds her second layer of
Mhm.
fragrance with the lavender bar soap. I like that idea
I
too.
like lavender. I
Oh, I
love
love the
that
smell of
lavender.
lavender.
Mhm.
And then Vicky said she likes the Dove sensitive skin soap.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then Debbie says body wash only. Yeah,
Okay.
that was what I used to do, was body wash only. But now that
Mhm.
I've jumped on the bandwagon of the double cleanse, I do use a couple different soaps. So besides the Dove body soap, and I will admit
Mhm.
I just got this one, so I haven't opened it yet.
Mhm.
I've been using this. It's the Jasmine Diamante Jasmine soap. Got it at TJ Maxx, and it was
Ah.
only $4.99, and
Mhm.
there's 4 bars in it, and it smells so good. When I say it smells
Oh.
good, mm, mm, mm,
Mm,
mm.
mm, mm.
So I do my first cleanse with this fragrant soap, and then I follow up with a body wash. And I
Mhm.
love vanilla. I'm loving vanilla,
Me too.
always have. So
Mhm.
and so one of the fun things was to figure out, well, what scents or notes, fragrant notes I'm learning
Mhm.
pair well with this jasmine soap. And then
Mhm.
I've got a vanilla body wash, which
Mhm.
is right here. It's the Hemp's age
Mhm.
defying vanilla herbal body wash. So
Okay.
I Googled like what pairs well with this jasmine soap and
Mhm.
this vanilla body, well, with the jasmine soap. And it came up that vanilla, lavender, and other like fragrances pair well with it. So I thought, oh, I can layer with these two. And,
Mm.
and I already had this. And then
Uh-huh.
I TJ Maxx and got this and just smells so good. So Leona, what have you been working with?
Oh my goodness. Well, I use the Dove bar soap. I
Mhm.
started with that, and this
Now
is the one
yours
that
is
has the shea
got pearl at
butter.
the bottom, so the shea
Yeah,
butter.
with
Somebody
the
over here is
shea.
talking about a pink bar, but go ahead.
Yeah. Now, one thing. Let me go back. I was looking at one of your Dove bars, and you had the white Dove.
Mhm.
And I can tell you this, if anyone has sensitive, really sensitive skin, or if they're cleansing down in areas that may be more sensitive, the Dove bar soap is the best one to use. I found that out from a doctor.
Mhm.
And excuse me. So Dove is definitely a good soap to start with. I went from there, and I love this vanilla sprinkles by Native.
Oh, I love native.
And well, which way? There we go.
Okay.
And oh, it smells amazing, amazing. And so this shea butter has vanilla in it as well. So it
Mhm.
kind of picks up those two with the vanilla. And I played around with, I remembered, which something I absolutely love. We talked about the body oils.
Yes.
This is Vaseline. All right, this is equivalent to Vaseline, but
That's
Vaseline intensive care, and I was out of that one. Yeah, you got it. The Vaseline intensive care. Well, I decided that I was going to try the Equate version just to see. There were a few dollars difference, but
about $4 difference.
yeah, so I wanted to see if it works as well as the Vaseline intensive care. So I'll have to let you know. Well, the jury's out on that. We'll see whether or not it works.
Can you smell it now? How's it smell?
It actually smells good. Yeah, it has that vanilla smell to it.
Mhm.
And I was kind of looking for that to kind of stay with the vanilla. But
Mhm.
what I really love is my African shea butter.
Oh,
And
my sister loves African. One of
oh,
my sisters loves African shea.
love that African shea butter. And you can get this whipped. And when you get it whipped, oh, you just put it all over your body and it smells so good. Now, if you really have one of those nights when you really want to end the night well, then I have my fragrant lotion. Now, this one just happens to be white diamond,
White diamond.
but
Isn't that the one
this,
Miss Taylor used to like?
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So I that's the last thing is to do the
Mhm.
white diamond, and it just absolutely smells wonderful. But when you finish your different layering, the fun thing is it stays. It just stays. It's right in place. You
Mhm.
smell it all night and even the next morning. You are still
And hubby
smelling.
smells it too.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And I sleep good. I don't know about him, but but just to think about that. But as you're picking out your, the fragrances along the way. Now, something that I like to use, I also like Dr. Bronner's. I don't know if you've ever
I've
used
been
that.
hearing a lot of people talk about that, but I've never tried it.
I swear by this. I kind of went through a stage of adult acne.
Hmm.
And I started using this is the only thing I will allow on my face.
Hmm.
And I started using this. I tell you what, it took the acne left. I haven't had another bout of that ever. And so I use this every day on just for the face.
Okay.
And it really does a nice job. It's very healing, and you can decide if you want a scent or not. And
Mhm.
so some of it is scent free, but it has a variety of different scents along the way. But I love all of that. Now, and let's just say too, I know for both Denise and for myself, we have listed all of the products. I showed her today that I stuck all of my products in a bucket because
Mhm.
I wanted to make sure I could get it all in here. And um, I have it listed down in the description box
Mhm.
with a link, so you know directly where to go. If there's something here that you like and you want to purchase, you can certainly do that.
Okay. So now our anonymous, tell us
Mhm,
your name. We like to call each other by name over here, but she says bar soap first, and then an
mhm,
antibacterial one, and then either the pink Dove or
mhm,
body wash for fragrance. Okay.
mhm.
And then Stephanie says she only uses body wash, but she does have the Caress bar soap as well. And the only
Mhm.
one she uses is the Caress.
Okay.
And so Kelly says, Michelle, me too. So they were both saying, I'm not a black girl, but I'm here for the routine. Hey, listen, the whole purpose of us talking about the routine is so that we could all enjoy this day of pampering at home.
Mhm,
And then Hazel said she does both, but she mostly showers with body wash.
mhm.
And then Vicky does the bar soap unless she's doing a double cleanse.
Okay.
And then Alexandria says too much antibacterial can weaken the immune system. But so she uses the antibacterial bar once a week and then the
Mhm.
moisturizing body wash like she uses the rest of the time with an exfoliating glove. That's what
Ah,
knows.
let's pull out that exfoliating glove.
Yeah.
I've got mine here. That
Looking like a
this is
little puppet.
one that I use, as well as I've got the little scrubby that you can
Now
use
that's
all.
like a loofah from the
It's called
sea.
pad, and you can see it's a natural loofah.
Hmm.
I listed it down as well as a mitt that you can use, and they don't have the beads, but they do have that extra knot in them,
Hmm.
so that you can really get down and exfoliate. So they're good to have. They're good to have.
Okay. I'm going to get this off. I'm going to back up for a second. So when we're talking about the various layers of um, the various parts of the routine, so we've looked at the bar soap wash. The second cleanse would be with the fragrant body wash or scrub. And oh, did I have a scrub in here? Oh, I did have a scrub, and this is the Bath Lounge Mango Coconut Shea Butter Shea Body Scrub.
Mhm.
And you're thinking, okay, I got mango coconut, but when I was checking to see what pairs with the jasmine and the vanilla, the mango coconut or the coconut scents are ones that pair well with that.
Mhm.
So, I have that. And then you rinse and you pat dry. And that's the important thing. After you've done your second cleanse, whether it's with an exfoliation or whatever, you can rinse and then pat dry, and then you keep your skin damp. And then after that, you just pat dry, and then you put on the lotion or the body cream. And that part is for hydration. So you put on the lotion to kind of help to lock in the moisture to hydrate the skin. And the lotion that I have, and I like this one, I like the hemp lotion, and I
Mhm.
find that you can buy this at Ulta for like $25 a bottle,
Mhm.
but you can get them at TJ Maxx or Marshall's um, for about $15 or $16, and you can find them at Walmart for about $18.
Mhm.
And on Amazon, they might be a little bit more pricey, but you can find these at many of your big box stores that do hygiene stuff.
Mhm.
And just kind of check your prices. But so I like the vanilla bean and spun sugar to go with that as my lotion or body cream. But did you know Taraji P. Henson has a line of body products?
I didn't know that.
I just learned that. And this one is her. Oh, it smells so good. It is a softer than no other. It is
Mhm.
a decadent skin softening body butter. So this
Hmm.
is a body butter. And it's nice and thick. And so if you ask yourself, like if your lotion, your body cream, or body butters are for hydration,
Mhm.
and if you're trying to think of like, well, which one would work best for you, well, they increase in thickness. The lotion is one level of thickness. The
Mhm.
body creams are thicker than the lotions, and then the body butters are thicker than the creams. So it just
Mhm.
depends upon what you. Now, my husband always like, doesn't that lotion make you hot? He says putting on lotion makes him hot. I'm like, no.
I
But
know.
he says lotion makes him hot when he's going out or whatever. But so the first level is the double cleanse with the bar soap and then
Mhm.
with the fragrant body wash. And then you rinse and pat dry. And while you're still damp, you apply your lotion for hydration. And then the next step, Michelle and Kelly, is you're going to apply the body oil because that seals
Mhm.
in the moisture and it enhances glow. And
Mhm.
that layer is called the occlusive layer. It's like
Mhm.
occluding everything. It's kind of trapping it all in. And I
Mhm.
have to show you what I found at TJ Maxx. And I'm going to tell you, I just went out and bought all the stuff. Because I had some things now. Ladies, let me just say right now, for the Black girl shower routine, the starter kit is a bar of soap,
Mhm.
a bottle of lotion, a towel, and a
Mhm.
washcloth. To get started, that's all you need. You can get started with
Mhm.
what you have. So again, a bar of soap, a bottle
Mhm.
of lotion, some kind of fragrance or whatever,
Mhm.
and a towel and a washcloth. But I've not been one to use a lot of fragrances
Mhm.
because my husband has not, he doesn't have a good sense of smell.
Mhm.
So our entire relationship, he can't smell well. So whenever I wore perfume, I knew I was wearing perfume for me because he wouldn't really be able to detect it. So it was never, that big a deal. But when I smell other women and they smell so good, I'm like, oh, they smell so good. So I thought,
Mhm.
okay, I'm just really getting into the scent. So I found this.
Oh, what is that?
I found it at TJ Maxx. It is the Infinite Beauty Soothing Body Oil, and it's in the vanilla orchid scent. It smells so good. And it's like you just spray it on,
Mhm.
and then you rub it on. And so this goes on top of the lotion.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, it just smells so fresh and clean. So it's got that light floral scent, but
Mm-hmm.
you also got that vanilla scent. And I just absolutely love it. Now, I found this at TJ Maxx for $8. It was like
Oh,
$7.99.
oh, that's a good deal.
So I decided I wanted another one since it smelled so good. So I went back. They didn't have any more. So, TJ Maxx, if you see it, you got to buy it because it's
That's
gone the
right.
next week. So I thought, okay, let me see if they got it on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they did not have this one, but they did have one called honeysuckle, which I also saw at TJ Maxx, but I didn't buy the honeysuckle because I like the way this one smelled better.
Mm-hmm.
It smells so good. My whole room is smelling right now. But so you
Ooh.
your body oil to seal in
Mm-hmm.
the moisture, but it also enhances the glow. So can you see how I got a nice little glow on my arm right there?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So definitely enhances the glow.
Yeah. And when you think about it, when you go for pedicures, after
Mm-hmm.
they've taken care of all the cleaning and the things that they need to do, then they add the lotion and the oil. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they even mix the two right there
Yes.
on your body, and it leaves your legs and your feet feeling so good.
Well, and that was another thing. I forgot to mention this. So, okay, so I put the lotion on. Now I'm going to put a little bit of the oil on. So when I went to help care for my cousin, you guys that are here, you can mix it together and then you can put it on that way too. And
Mhm.
smells really good.
Mhm.
But one of the things that she did that. Like she would mix her lotion and she had a
Mhm.
lotion and a body oil that was just part of her daily routine. And then she
Mhm.
would mix the two together. And she has the most beautiful skin. The most
Mhm.
beautiful skin. Well, now I know why. But you can do that as well.
Mhm.
And it just kind of you're just adding layers. So when I'm using the bar soap with the jasmine smell, then I'm adding the vanilla body wash, that's another layer. And
Mhm.
then when I'm adding the lotion or the body cream, that's another layer in the same family. And then
Mhm.
the body oil is another fragrant layer. And
Mhm.
then the other thing is the fragrance mist. Now that was something missing from my routine. Now every now and then after I take my shower, I've had some body spray that I would use, a lavender
Mhm.
body spray.
Mhm.
But this, you after you do all these other layers, then you also do a mist. And I found this one, TJ Maxx,
Oh,
just $9.99.
okay.
9.99, which wasn't bad. But
Mhm.
it's like you just missed your hair and your body. I'm
Mhm.
not one to put very much in my hair as a way of a fragrance. I
Mm-mm.
can certainly see the benefit of it. Like if you want to snuggle up next to your guy
Mhm.
and you want him to notice your scent, sometimes
Mhm.
putting the same scent in your hair that you have in other, like around your neck and that kind of thing, could be nice. But
Mhm.
what they do with this, and they spray a lot. I realized even when I sprayed it, I wasn't spraying enough because I would just, I would just do a little bit of a like that, but they just like go.
All right.
And you put all this on top of your lotion and
Mhm.
everything else, and it just makes you smell so good. Now, here's the thing. And that was one of the things this lady was asking on the video that I saw. She was like, okay, girl, so I need your help. She says, now, what do I do with all this oil? And so people gave her a lot of different funny remarks. And
Mhm.
one of them said she'd just be sliding off the bed. But what I learned is you can't just like jump into bed with all this
Ex
oil, especially after you
That's
put all
right.
this oil on you. So what I do is I will take my wrapper and just wrap it around me. Don't put my nightgown on yet. But
Mhm.
I just wrap myself up in a very lightweight robe.
Mhm.
And then, tie that. And then while I'm washing my face and brushing my teeth, that robe is on me. So by the time I'm done with the skincare, then I'm dry enough that I can put my nightgown on, and then that works out okay too.
That's true. They did show that several young ladies were wrapped in their towels, and
Mhm.
they saved their facial and toothbrushing and all those kind of things afterwards, and
Mhm.
that gives their lotions and time to soak in
Yes.
into their skin.
Yeah. And so, you're taking this same mist that you put it on your body, and you're putting it in your hair. It's just like, put it in your hair, and it just gives you a nice little like a nice little finish, just a
Mhm.
nice little finish. So now
Mhm.
let's talk about the other portions of the care that I saw them do, because some of them had some very interesting oral care. I'm going to mention the basics and then we'll talk about a couple of the other things they did. But the hair mist was one of the finishing touches, and then the oral care. And most of them, of course, everybody brushes their teeth and flosses,
Mhm.
but many of them also use like a water flosser,
Water pick.
which is something that I also use. Is when I had my braces, I had to get one of these things for
Mhm.
that,
Mhm.
and I still have it, and so I still use it.
Mhm.
But I find I use it more now than before, because sometimes I'd be so tired, I would just brush my teeth and just fall into bed. But now it's like, nope, you gotta brush your teeth, you gotta do the flossing, and do all of that, and then get that done. So there's that. But some of the girls did something they called oil pulling. Did you see that?
I saw that, and I have known about that for several years now. That's where
Really?
you take coconut oil
Mm-hmm.
and you have it in your mouth and you kind of gargle and rinse with the oil for so many minutes. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, then let it go. And it's supposed to, coconut, I believe they said, is a natural, somewhat of I want to say it's not, the word is not antibiotic, but basically it pulls a lot of the um, dirt and whatever out of your gums. If you have problems with gums, that
Oh.
supposedly the coconut oil will help to heal that. And so it takes that out of your, I don't have my phone here, but uh, it takes a lot of that out of your mouth.
I never would have thought. Well, I had never heard of that. I had never heard of that, and I just thought,
Mhm.
gee,
Yeah, it's
it's an ancient practice.
it is.
An ancient Ayurvedic practice that involves swishing edible oil.
Mhm. Oil pulling.
Hmm. Report, like exactly as you said, reduces harmful oral bacteria,
Mhm.
hmm, reduces plaque and gingivitis, freshens
Mhm.
breath. Other claims not supported by science include whitens teeth and draws toxins from the blood. Okay, we won't mention that one. That was not supported by, but generally safe. So I just thought that was interesting because I never heard of that. This
Yeah.
one girl also, she brushed her teeth with cloves. Have you heard of that?
I've never seen that.
She had like a little box or something, and she
Mhm.
used it to brush her teeth with. So
Hmm.
that was kind of interesting, I thought. And then,
Yeah.
of course, you've got your facial, your
Mhm.
skincare ritual. Do you do anything in particular or special for that?
Not other than using the Dr. Bronner. That's really about it because it helps to balance your skin. And so when I finish, I don't, it has certain oils already in it. And so when I finish with that, I'm done. Other than I do have a second exfoliating glove that I use, and
Mhm.
that's what I use also a couple of times, well, probably every other day for the
Mm.
face as well, strictly for the face.
Okay. Okay. Well, I use the Neutrogena
Mhm.
ultra sensitive facial wash. That's what I
Mhm.
use. I like the foaming one. So I
Mhm.
use that. I think I started using that when Kerry Washington was on Scandal,
Mhm.
and she was promoting that. So I thought I
Mhm.
started buying it because of her. Before that, I always used like an oil of Olay cleanser.
Mhm.
But so I use
Mhm.
that Neutrogena cleanser. And then when I'm done with that, and I will put on the L'Oreal Age Perfect Moisturizing Day Cream. And then at night, I've got the L'Oreal Age Perfect Moisturizing Night Cream. And then
Mhm.
I've got an eye cream from the L'Oreal Revitalift eye cream
Mhm.
that I will put on. Now,
Mhm.
these L'Oreal things I will buy at TJ Maxx because I
Mhm.
can get them cheaper there than even at Walmart
Oh,
or
yeah.
somewhere like that. Um, when I was, working full time and had more expendable income, I
Mm-hmm.
might have gone to Ulta and bought some more of those more expensive
Mm-hmm.
creams and moisturizers. But like now, it's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
L'Oreal is just fine for me, and I'm going to get it as cheap as I can get it.
Yeah. I have now, it's funny. Or olive olay, they're too heavy. My skin is extremely oily, and
Mm-hmm.
it just seems like it adds more oil, and
Hmm.
that's typically when I'll end up with a breakout. But now coconut oil, I use that for my hair, and use it on the body.
Hmm.
Just depends on whether I have shea butter or coconut oil, but I do try to find organic
Hmm.
and use that. So that's something to keep in mind. Hmm.
One of my sister-in-laws uses castor oil for her face.
Huh.
And we had gone out to lunch one day, and I was just telling
Hmm.
her how beautiful her skin was, and
Hmm.
she said she used castor oil. And so
Huh.
one day she popped over and she handed me a bottle. I was like, "Oh, well, thank you." So I had to look up to see how to use it,
Hmm.
and I guess it can be a little drying when you first start
Hmm.
using it, but you put a little bit of it in your palm, and you're
Hmm.
supposed to add another lighter oil with it, mix
Okay.
it together, and then smooth it over your face, let it sit
Hmm.
for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then
Hmm.
rinse it off.
Hmm.
I've tried it a few times. It's supposed to be a good cleanser, especially if you've got
Okay.
makeup and stuff. And that too is rooted in Korean beauty culture.
That's
They
true.
but
Well, somebody I noticed mentioned the what is it? The black bar soap, black oil bar soap,
black
and
soap,
that's
African black
black
soap.
soap. Yeah, and that's supposed to be very good too. Now, I've never used it, but I think that that's an option, for some people.
I just missed somebody. Uh, I was just on there, and then I don't know what I did, but
Let's see. I saw it.
I'll start here. So
Okay.
Michelle says TJ Maxx and Marshalls have such fun bath products. They do,
Mhm.
and they're so affordable. And you can leave TJ Maxx and go right over to Ulta. They're in the same plaza and spend 3 times as much for the same
Oh
price.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So TJ Maxx is going to be my first stop for all the fun fragrances that they have.
Hmm.
And then Tamika says that she just feels like bar soap cleanses her body better, which is the whole thing behind it. They say
Hmm.
there's science based in that, and the
That's
body wash helps add back moisture to the skin.
mhm.
And there was a couple of girls that used a oil based body wash.
Body wash. Hmm.
Yeah, and I thought, well, I wouldn't mind trying one of those.
Yeah.
So Terry says she does antibacterial soap first, and
Hmm.
then something sweet is going to be like her body wash, something sweet and
Hmm.
fragrant. Okay, so now
Hmm.
Vicky
She's right.
says that women shouldn't put any fragrances or scents in the feminine area, and she's seen some of the videos where the ladies are using fragrances in that area. Vicky, thank you for bringing that up. You
Absolutely.
should not use any scents in your feminine area. And I should
Or
have told
powders.
you, no powders or anything like that either.
Hmm.
Powders, they'll cake into the folds in your folds or between your thighs and then just kind of cake, and that can lead to either yeast infections or other bacteria stuff. So you don't want to do that. But when you talk about the feminine area, one of the things that you want to think about is that it needs to be clean and
Hmm.
helps to have your pH balanced. And
Hmm.
so there are some feminine hygiene products that are purposefully meant to help balance pH and remove itch. And so one of the ones that I found was this one. I was out at the store looking at different things,
Hmm.
and this one is called Clear. It is considered good for a daily wash, and it has lysine in it, and it's for itching, discomfort, moisturizers, and prebiotic for pH balance. And
Hmm.
they have a whole bunch of different ones that are there, but no sulfates, no parabens, no dyes, no artificial fragrances. None of that kind of stuff should go in there. I remember once my gynecologist said, if you need to put anything down there, they said just plain water. You could also use baby shampoo. And that was what she would recommend, because we had taken my mom in once and they recommended baby shampoo, something very gentle, very soft, but none of these fragrances. And you certainly don't need to be putting suppositories or dishes or anything like that in your vaginal area. The vagina is a self-cleaning vault. Nothing needs to go up there.
That's right.
If you got an odor that you think really needs attention, then you probably need to seek medical attention rather than that kind of thing. But yeah, no, they should not be spraying any kind of fragrances in their feminine area. So thank you for bringing that up, Vicki. I wasn't going to talk about that unless somebody
but that's important.
Yeah. So Bathsheba says she's particular to the kind of soap she uses. So in addition to Melaleuca or her own soap, there's a business in her city that makes natural skincare products. Now, I've heard of Melaleuca. One of my sister-in-laws uses their product. She likes the Melaleuca. But okay. Dave's is a good product, been using over 20 years. I don't think I've heard of Dave.
Dave was here a couple of weeks ago.
No, not Dave Walker, but
Dove.
He's saying Dove is a good product. Dove. I'm like, wait, what? Okay, Dove is a good product. Dave, sometimes I don't read well. Dial soap. Okay.
Dial soap. Yeah.
So Tamika says for her feminine area, she only uses Summer's Eve fragrance-free wash. And yeah, they should balance the pH and not add any fragrances, anything like that. And that she was talking about the African black soap.
Oh, good.
It can be used on your body and your hair. You can use it. You can make a shampoo out of it. Both her and her husband have locks, so it works well for them.
Okay.
The African shea butter. You can get African shea butter on Amazon. Do you have that?
On Amazon. And
you can get it on Amazon, Walmart?
I get mine on Amazon, but now I saw it. There is a natural variety. If they still have a Sally's, Sally's has a African shea butter as well. And I do know that Sally's is online, even though you may not have a standing store, but Sally's also carries it. And occasionally you can catch it at Walmart, but it's the most consistent at Amazon.
Okay. And then Bathsheba agrees with you. She likes Dr. Bronner's. I've heard of Dr. Bronner's till I started watching these girlies, these beauty girlies on YouTube. Every night I'd start watching a different one. And my husband's like, get your earbuds on, get your earbuds on, get your earbuds on. He's not particularly excited about listening to all these people talk about their different products. So Kiara, Dr. Bronner's peppermint soak as a cleansing agent, following up with a body wash that has fragrance and a sugar scrub by Black-owned businesses Jones and Rose. And then, you know what? For her intimate area, she uses honey pot. I learned about honey pot when one of my nieces had just got her period. She had just turned 10, got her period. And so family members were sending her gifts to kind of celebrate this transition. And somebody sent her a honey pot. And I think my daughter Jill or either my sister Mickey told me about honey pot, and that it's a Black-owned business, but it's products to support the intimate area, your feminine area. So for fragrance, not for fragrance, but to support it, protect it, pH balance, and all that kind of stuff. They have wipes, they have washes, and that kind of thing. Very good. So yes. Honey pot. And you can get honey pot on Amazon too.
Yes. And I see they also have it at CVS.
I do that.
Yeah. Walmart. And mainly CVS and Walmart.
Okay. And then the travel lady said when they were kids, they were taught to use Dial bars, the Dial soap. Mom would check our skin to see if we were scrubbed properly, and then we used the scrub, grove, and loofah.
Okay, I think she meant glove, but okay.
The scrub, glove, and loofah, yes. And then Nitty uses a moisturizing body wash and an oil body wash. She
Mm.
exfoliates once or twice a week. Then she
Mhm.
pats dry, applies the oil, the body butter, and a little body spray. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
And there's a lot of discussion between the girls, the girlies, as they call themselves, as to whether or not you put the body butter on and then the oil, or you put the oil on and then the body butter. Out of six of one and half dozen of another.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Leah says for her feminine area, her doctor said between the folds, water works best. It will
Mhm.
not disrupt your pH balance. Now, the outer feminine area, she will use a gentle soap. And a lot of them will use that Dove sensitive skin soap.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So someone's agreeing with you.
Sure. Mhm.
Charlene, only body wash or Dove or native.
Mhm.
And then any thoughts on the African black bar soap? We bought some of that. We had
Mhm.
gone, I don't remember where we went, but my husband loved it. He just loved
Ah.
it. And I think Bashua mentioned too that the African black
Mhm.
soap that it works,
Mhm.
it's like an all-purpose soap. You can use it in different areas of your body. It's definitely pretty
Yeah.
good. Wait, what? You
Oh,
found the net at
Dollar
Dollar
Tree?
Tree?
Oh.
Huh.
Where do
So
you
Travel Lady said she found that African net at the Dollar Tree 2 years ago and loaded up on them. I put one on my list for my birthday. So I'm
Mhm.
getting one for my birthday. I requested an orange one, but she
Uh-huh.
said she's running low and bought them again. So Dollar Tree has them, 40 of them from the Amazon bin store. The
Huh.
loofah is back here. Yes. So now speaking of the loofah, the typical little fluffy little loofah with on the little
Mhm.
string that most of us use.
Mhm.
One of the one of the ladies said that one of her YouTube friends or cut the loofah open to see what was in it. And she was surprised at all the gunk that was in it after a while.
Mhm.
So you
Mhm.
probably, if you're going to use those, you should probably switch them out at least every month or every month or two.
Mhm.
But the African net, wash net or whatever it's called, it's supposed to wash up really easily. You can like when you can just suds it like that, and you can
Mhm.
also throw it in the wash. It's supposed to be really
Mhm.
good. So I can't wait to get mine.
Yeah.
Oh, Terry likes argan oil sugar scrub. I love
I
argan oil.
like argan oil.
Speaking of
Mhm.
that, I have some soap. This is hand soap, and
Oh.
this is the Olive Mason lavender
Mhm.
aloe with olive and argan oils. And this
Mhm.
soap is so good. I have it upstairs in my bathroom. I don't have it
Mhm.
downstairs, and I don't have it in his bathroom. I have it in my bathroom. So when you wash your hands, you get this coating of oil on there too. So they don't come out dry. My hands were getting so dry from washing them so much
Mhm.
with the other soaps. And I don't feel that way with this. And it smells so good. So I got one. It was like marked down on clearance at TJ Maxx for $4.50.
Oh.
So I thought, okay, I'm gonna go back and get some more. Went back,
Mhm.
they didn't have any
Gone.
more. It was gone.
It's gone.
So me and my sister Blue Skies and my other sister, we went to Marshall's and they had some there. So I bought two more bottles.
Oh,
How much
okay.
is it? Let's see. All right, so they're talking to each other.
Mhm.
So Bathshua's moisturizer of choice is shea butter, whether raw and
Mhm.
unscented or whipped and scented. I think whipped is easier to use
It
because then you
is.
can
It's
smooth
easy
it
to
on a lot.
smooth on. Mhm.
And then Travel Lady says in 1992, her mother-in-law showed her about using Dr. Bonner's peppermint soap, adding water to it so it doesn't sting to freshen you up.
Mhm.
And she uses it down there and it's the bomb. So you use that. Well, the Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap, it's pretty
It's strong.
it is strong. Okay, I was wondering if it was going to be gentle, but and she
When you take it first out of the bottle, but
mhm,
she says she adds it with water. She
okay.
dilutes it and then uses it. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And Michelle just learned something. She always thought lotion and oil were an either or thing. Yes, Michelle, I'm the same way. I just use the lotion,
Absolutely.
rarely oil, mostly the lotion. But now we know you put the layer of lotion on to
Mhm.
moisturize and then you lock it in with
With
the
oil.
oil.
Yeah.
And then Terry likes sweet vanilla body spritz in the summer by Philosophy. Philosophy,
Mm.
nice things on sale right now too. And then Travel Lady loves her shea butter. For years she was dry, so she needs that. Best
Mhm.
friend showed her how to use baby oil gel with lotion. Okay.
Ah.
Hey, Debbie's Kitchen is here. Hey, Debbie, so
Aw,
glad you're here.
hey.
So now this one is old school. She likes using Pines cold cream.
Oh
Doesn't do it
my
nearly
goodness.
enough, but always feels better when she does. And
Mhm.
this is inspiring her to get more of a regular routine down. And you know what, Emma, it has really inspired me to elevate my routine,
Mhm.
elevate what I've already been doing. And I just feel so good about I just feel good about it. I
Mhm.
feel like I'm
Mhm.
taking the time to pamper myself, to honor myself. You know, we spend so much time as moms and wives caring for others.
You're right. You're
You know,
absolutely right.
yeah.
And another thing too, as women of a certain age, we
Mhm.
need to do all of this because our skin is changing so quickly, and we tend to our skin is drier. So this is perfect for us.
Yes. So Travel Lady said she worked at TJ Maxx and got a ton of bar soap and found a basket full somewhere in the house, and she's still buying stuff from TikTok. Shanice says this is the video she needed to come across. Regardless of only being a half Black woman, my skin still needs these tips. So thank you for doing this. You know what, Shanice? We all need these tips. All of us need
Absolutely.
these tips. And it's just really um, helping us to think more about what can we do to elevate the care we give ourselves. Because like I said, I think Michelle is caring for a family member, I believe.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I know myself, I helped care for my dad and he died. I helped care for my mom. I've helped care for some other relatives. And it's like, okay, this is what I'm doing for me.
Absolutely.
It's what I'm doing for me.
And it's not it just happens to be named that because it's
Mhm,
kind of where it started,
mhm.
because of the history behind it, but it's just for women.
Right.
And actually, it wouldn't hurt men too much either. They would just have to go with their own sense.
Mhm. And cloves are good for your gum and they help soothe tooth pain. Okay. So see.
Oh, okay.
Also, Michelle knows about this oil pulling too. She
Okay.
says just be sure not to spit it down your sink. Put it
Yes.
in a tissue and throw it away so it doesn't clog your sink.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, that's good to know. Let's see. Debbie uses organic coconut oil all the time for her skin and it heals cuts or scratches fast.
Mm-hmm.
She's also used it as oil pulling on her gums to heal when she has toothache, plus
Mm.
rinses with salt water. Okay, a lot of people knew about
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
New to me. And Terry for her face uses Dove soap and the oil of Olay moisturizer. Giada Gigi stuff. Keep the oil in your mouth and swish it as long as you can do it, and then spit it out. Spit it into a trash bag because it can build up in your sink pipes. Yeah, we're getting that again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now Debbie likes to do a DIY. Makes her own
Oh.
orange extract. Okay.
Oh.
And she says coconut oil is good for your hair, which you already
Yes.
know because you use it for your hair.
Mhm.
Tammy is with us as well.
Oh, good.
So she used olive oil when she was a teenager and up to her
Mhm.
mid-20s. And then Tammy uses that and she
Mhm.
cleans her face with Noxzema. I used to use
I
Noxzema a long
used to
time
use
ago
Noxzema
and then
years.
moved up to Oil of Olay and now I'm using L'Oreal. Michelle says her daughter Natalie has a lot of skin issues and African bar soap does wonders for her skin. So Michelle's daughter has used this African bar soap
Mhm.
firsthand. And Bashua uses castor oil to make soaps and castor oil packs.
Oh, okay.
And then I think you pointed out that your skin is oily, so you do a certain
Mhm.
thing for your skin. But
Mhm.
Terry is saying you do need to know what kind of type of skin you have, dry or a
Absolutely.
combination. I
Mhm,
was oily, but now that I'm older, it's more
mhm,
dry or
mhm.
combination. And Bashu was agreeing, wash outside with a gentle. So when she says wash outside, meaning wash like around the vulva,
Mhm.
and the folds with gentle soap. And
Just
then
water.
the inner
Mhm,
lips, you can just put just water. Some
mhm,
people like to use a feminine wash that helps to balance the pH and things like that.
mhm.
Let's see. Yeah, we already talked about that, but
That's good. That's true.
are
That's
not
true.
good to use. Giada says, yeah, you might like that African bar soap. A lot of people
That's
like it.
true. Mhm.
So Dove, so now Dove causes Debbie to break out in hives.
Oh.
So now, okay, so Nitty T says two good oil-based body washes, L'Occitane almond shower oil and Naturium, the Glow Getter multi-oil. These
Oh.
are two that a lot of the beauty girlies have been talking about,
Uh-huh.
but I have not been able to find them at TJ Maxx. So,
Now, L'Occitane, usually you have to buy it at its store,
ah,
and, Naturium I haven't seen.
I've seen a lot of them talk about it, but like
Mhm.
stuff I
Mhm.
have, I was able to get at TJ Maxx, or I can get it inexpensively at Walmart or
Right.
inexpensively on Amazon. Because
Mhm.
if someone has African bar soap, they recommend let Giada know where she can get some.
Okay.
Okay. So Travel Lady gets hers at a beauty supply store or at a wholesale supplier from Africa. So if you see a
Okay.
beauty supply store,
Mhm.
Giada, you should be able to get it in there.
Mhm.
And then Debbie said she uses charcoal feet pads. You use them 7 days, once a month. It draws out toxins in your feet. Okay, not familiar with that.
Oh.
May have an African store to buy soap or the net.
Mhm.
So Charlene just ordered her a net on
All
Amazon.
right.
All right. So Debbie says she doesn't think all body deodorant is necessary. Just shower and do your moisturizing. I'm going to have to disagree with you there, Debbie, because you know what? As people, as humans, we have this little, these little glands and things under arms in
Mhm.
different places, and they will cause an odor. Now, people are supposed to smell like people. Certain things you do in the bathroom are supposed to smell certain ways.
Mhm.
However, as the people, we try to deodorize and cover up the scent of just about everything. And if you
Yeah.
don't smell or stink, you will need to use something to deodorize. Now, one of the girls, and I can't remember, I think she might um, have an African background. She
Uh-huh.
said she used limes. She would
Mhm.
rub limes under her arms as a natural deodorizer.
Mhm.
So there's something. You can also use baking soda under the arms
Absolutely.
as the natural
Absolutely.
deodorizer. But and I had I remember there was a young man that I used to know, and he said, "Oh, I don't need deodorant. I don't smell." You talking
Mhm.
about funk? Definitely need some deodorant. So
Well,
people can smell, and so if you don't want that, then you will need to do more than just shower. Now, Terry,
yeah.
whether Debbie, you might not have strong body odor.
Mhm.
Some people do, especially if they sweat a lot. Then they come in contact with the bacteria, and that's what causes the odor. So.
Well, and she may be talking about, the new deodorants that they're using, like the, Lumi
Mhm.
and, some of those because, people are using that everywhere. And,
Mhm.
so that may be what she's talking about rather than the normal everyday underarm deodorant.
Oh,
So,
okay. I get you.
yeah.
So Vicky wants to know how often to switch out the exfoliating glove. Probably at least every 2 months. And then
Every
after you use
couple of
it,
months.
you can just kind of wash, put a little laundry soap in it, put it
Mm,
in water, suds it up and down, rinse it out. You could just wash it that way.
I throw mine in the washer when I do the face cloth. I throw
Mhm.
it in the washer
That
and
makes sense.
get it cleaned up. And now that's for the glove.
Mhm.
But now, if you're using those little puffs, then I would say even with that, if you put that in a washer, they fall apart. But in that case, you can find them inexpensively enough that at the end of the month, throw it away.
Mhm.
It's well worth it.
Now, Kirby says Etsy sells the nets at good prices and different sizes. She says the net is a game changer. I can't wait for mine to come. And from what I understand, there is an authentic African net sponge, and
Mhm.
then there's some that are inauthentic, but they look a little bit like a fish net.
Mhm.
And so the little knots
And they
are
have the knots.
specifically, yeah, they're specifically designed that as you wash, it brings about it's a very gentle exfoliation.
Mhm.
So yeah. So Kirby, I can't wait for mine to come. Giada purchased a 2-foot long loofah from easy to
Oh,
scrub your back. That
wow.
makes sense.
Huh.
Her aunt used Pond's. Yeah, didn't everybody use Pond's cold cream? We were girls.
I
All our
think that was about all we had, either that or Vaseline.
hmm
Oh,
Oh, yes. Wash your body scrubbers, puffs with your towels
mhm.
weekly. Yes, you do need to
Mhm.
do that. Nitty, thank you for reminding us to bring that to the attention of everyone. So Alexander learned to use coconut oil from Fly Lady Cat, but it's also gentle on your face and not to damage
Mhm.
your skin. Yeah. Paul says he's 42 and notice his skin is so dry. So, Paul, you can certainly benefit from using this particular routine as well.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, toxins. Okay. With the
Oh,
foot pads. Now, I have done a charcoal foot bath
mm-hmm.
where I went to the health store
Mm-hmm.
and they put charcoal in the water and it
Mm-hmm.
draws the toxins out.
Mm-hmm.
And but that takes about an hour of sitting. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's fun.
So, treated tub makes a nice natural skin products. Okay.
Hmm.
Naturium is sold on Amazon,
Oh,
and Terry got some L'Occitane hand cream at Amazon.
okay. Okay.
Oh, so Debbie says,
Oop. Denise, we lost you. You hit a button. Okay, so there we go.
yeah. So Debbie said she got some L'Occitane at Amazon, and
Okay.
I think I was trying to click on something from Debbie. Oh, there we go. She said she meant all over deodorant, not under the arm. Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
right there with you now. I was like, what?
Mhm.
Hmm. So there's lots of different things that people use,
Yeah.
like Aztec clay with apple cider vinegar as an underarm
Hmm.
detox. Okay.
Okay.
Terry thinks that the Lumi stuff is too much in addition to underarm deodorant.
It is. It is.
So yeah. Okay. So let's make sure we've got everything. Did I?
Double cleanse.
Uh
I think you did.
yeah, let's see if I got everything. If I there's the routine.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the science behind it.
Mm-hmm.
How often to exfoliate, basic principles.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you already mentioned that when you layer it, the scent layering, they last longer, and then you're kind of creating your own signature scent.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's the thing that I want us to think about now: self-care and softness in everyday life. This is something for us to do for ourselves for every day, just to fill our own cup.
Mm-hmm.
Fill our own cup.
That's true.
Mhm.
That special time just for you. And it's something that every person needs.
Mm-hmm. So when we think about elevating your routine for the summer, you might think about lighter products. Like I said, my husband says lotion makes him hot, very heavy. But if you think about, the products you're going to use, if you typically
Mhm,
use body creams or body butters, you might want lotions for the summer just
mhm,
because they're lighter weight. Or
mhm,
you might want to try a lighter, more fruity scent for the summer compared to fall and winter. Like
mhm,
I'm loving the vanilla and the coconut and the
mhm.
jasmine.
Yeah, I
And
like.
Native has a lot of different ones too.
Oh, yes. And they have one that's called sugar. I think it's sugar something.
Don't you have that
No, I have the sparkles, vanilla sprinkles,
one?
but
Oh,
there's another one that's called sugar something. But it smells amazing as well. But it's hard to find,
mm-hmm,
and so you just have to catch it when you can. But it smells great.
mm-hmm. But you can definitely create your own spa day at home. Uh, and then Stephanie, the other, a different Stephanie is
Uh huh.
here. And she said you can grow your own loofah from loofah gourds. I
Oh.
knew those were like natural growing things, but I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't sure like where they came from.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And yes, I recognize you, Stephanie. That this is Stephanie. Her husband is Paul. It's Paul and Stephanie, and
Okay.
so this is Stephanie that's responding. I remember it's a joint account with you and your hubby. So, and is this it? Oh, so how are you guys elevating your self care routine for summer? We are being very avant garde.
We have had such a good time with this. It has been so much fun.
Hmm.
And finding products and
Hmm.
trying products along the way. So, Miss Denise has just added to the femininity of all of us, and to keep in mind that age is not an issue. All of us need those moments to feel good and to have our skin feel good and to smell good. Oh, I love to smell
Hmm.
good. See Miss Denise over there. She's over there getting herself all ready.
Well, you know what though? But you're right, Leona. This has really been a lot of fun. So now let's ask the ladies and the gents that are here, what is your thought about, what it is that you need to do to elevate your self-care routine for summer, to elevate something for you? What are you going to do for you? So I can't wait to get my African neck sponge. And
Mm.
Debbie says cute pictures. We I love these
Thank you.
pictures.
Oh, oh, Giada has a
Oh,
tip.
a couple of drops of glycerin rose water mix and apply
Ah,
onto your legs. I've got some
oh.
rose hip body oil.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, rose water. Okay, I like that idea.
Glycerin. Mm.
She said one more old tip.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So
back in the day, rose water, they used rose water for a lot of things, but
mm-hmm,
glycerin part, to just put that in there, that's great. That sounds
mm-hmm,
good.
mm-hmm. Well, this has certainly been a lot of fun. Do you guys have any questions or Leona, do you want to add anything else?
Well, I think we have pretty well covered this subject, and I would just like to say, no pressure, no
Yeah.
pressure, because, but the fun thing is for you to be able to take the time for yourself,
Mm-hmm,
and whatever that is, start somewhere, and
mm-hmm,
just add one thing at a time until you kind of build up your repertoire, the things that you have. And if one night you only have 10 minutes to hop in the shower and out, then you've got to cut that routine. But try at least one night a week. Start there. that
Mhm.
is yours, and to go through all the steps
Yes.
and do what you can do for yourself. And I think once you do that one night, you're going to move it to two and
Mhm.
maybe three.
Yeah, because I can certainly see that you may not be able to do all of the steps every night, or you may do them quickly, but you'll feel so good when you've just pampered yourself
Mhm.
that little bit. So, yeah. Now, for those of you that are new here, let me just remind you all that we are two different channels.
Mhm.
Miss Leona is Ebony, Ivy, and Time with Leona. My channel is Homemaking with Denise. And Miss Leona is on her way to 5K. So if you have not joined her community, please do that now. Join her community. And I don't think I put it in my description box, but I will. I'll do that as soon as we're done. And then for those of you that want to learn how to make jams and jellies and sauces and different things like that at home. My water bath canning course should be ready to go live in about 2 weeks. Right now, it's in the beta trial. So I've got some people that are kind of working through it to make sure everything is all right and ready to go for you guys.
Can I show the picture?
Which picture?
The picture of of the cover.
Oh, sure.
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
I'll put a
I
picture
didn't
up.
even think about that. You're right.
Yeah, let's see if we can get it up there. Uh, There she is. Yes, you can. This is great. I'm so excited.
I am really excited. I just can't wait for, everyone to get the chance to try it out and
Mhm.
learn how to make these products at home for themselves that are free of any additional or added ingredients that they don't want to serve their family. So
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to people signing up for that. So if you want to know when the course goes live, sign up for my newsletter, because I will send that out to let people know that it's ready. So let's see there.
Absolutely. And one more thing, down in the description box, I know in my description box, I'm putting a little note in there to remind you to check your newsletters.
Mhm.
And those who are already signed up for both newsletters. And if you aren't, please be sure to do that, so that as we're sending things out, because
Mhm.
we'll try to follow up with a lot of the shows that we do. We
Mhm.
will put things in the newsletter, and you'll have it right there.
Yeah.
So if we move through something too fast, use our newsletters, and you'll be able to see what it is that we're talking about.
Yeah. So if you don't have anything else, Leona, that you want to share,
No, I think we're good.
all right. Well, then, ladies and gents, thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate it. If you're just joining us, you've got my sister from another mister, Ebony, Ivy, and Time with Leona Dooley. I'm Homemaking with Denise, and we were talking about the Black girl shower routine, an experience that is layered in fragrance, in me time, in honoring yourself and your body. So if you just joined us, please circle back and catch the replay, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye bye.